Hello everyone, and today we are back for another Loomian Legacy video, and we're going to be talking about a Loomian Legacy video style that I'm personally not the biggest fan of, and I do want to talk about it. So, it's the video style that involves the news videos, the 3 to 4 minute news videos that primarily Lucky HD and Armenti make. So, overall, I'm not the biggest fan of these videos, mainly because, one, they're kind of low effort, they're just talking about new stuff, sometimes unnecessarily, and there's also possibility, since Loomian Legacy doesn't have news that much, that the videos repeat. So sometimes you watch a Lucky HD video, and then Armenti posts the video an hour later, and it's the same video that Lucky made. So there isn't really that much diversity between the videos. They're kind of just the same thing, just a different person saying it. So that's kind of the reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of this video style. There's nothing wrong with these videos per se, but I did click on a couple videos, and I will show y'all a couple videos and show y'all the reasons why I'm pretty much not the biggest fan of this video style. We're going to show a couple different videos from different YouTubers. We're going to, of course, start with Lucky HD on his Everyone Hates This New Loomian. This is a video that came out 4 months ago, and this video released right after Atlantean City Part 2's release. That's very important when I talk about my points in this video. So let's get started. Let's actually watch this video and see how it is. I haven't watched this in a couple months, so I don't know how it will age. I remember watching this, and I didn't like it as much, so we'll see how this video has aged.
Hey guys, Lucky HD here, and in this video, people are pretty upset with Armenti Trench, and more specifically, a certain Loomian inside of Armenti Trench that is making hunting absolutely unbearable. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to go on there, like, subscribe, and let's get straight into the video.
I'll just show y'all something real quick. Yeah, I'm subscribed. Thank you very much.
Armenti Trench is home to a ton of different types of Loomians, but there is a specific Loomian, Singiel, that is actually causing a ton of problems. And the main problem with this Loomian is the fact that it has defensive priority. Now, defensive priority not only lowers, but also raises your defense stats.
Now, this is the problem, which I will admit, this is actually talked about very well, because this is actually a problem with Loomian Legacy hunting. Because when you're using boost tokens, it actually takes like 10 seconds to actually get the encounter. And when there's abilities like Adorable, Defensive Priority, and like other abilities like Staunch when you're using like Baffle, it actually takes up a lot more time. And when you're using boost tokens, which are pay-to-win mechanics, you're wasting your boost token timer on these abilities. So I will admit this is actually a legit problem, which isn't necessarily fixed. It's fixed on single. I'll talk about that later in the video, but not overall, at least for other Loomians that have those other pop-up abilities like Adorable. Now, the reason why I'm not the biggest fan with this video isn't really because of the video itself. Honestly, this is the best video we're going to watch out of the 4. It's mainly because of the timing of the video. Like I said, this came out pretty much right after the release of Atlantean City Part 2. And out of everything or anything Lucky HD could have made a video about, he makes a video talking about Singiel being a nightmare to hunt in the Armenti Trench. And the Armenti Trench isn't necessarily the best place to hunt to begin with, but overall, when you're comparing the rest of the event, this event slapped. It was one of the best Loomian Legacy updates of all time. So, out of everything to talk about, why would you talk about the Singiel? I understand there was a community hatred toward the Singiel, but it wasn't really rapid. It was just a couple people making a post, and that's kind of it. So that's kind of the reason why I didn't like this video as much. There's probably some other stuff in this video that I forgot, but there is one part of the video that I do want to show you at the end, which is something that I actually do like about this video.
The YouTuber Warm Conal put out on Twitter, "How do you guys find hunting in the trench? It just seems so weird with the burst movements rather than spin in a circle simulator. What do you guys think?" And people are saying in the comments that, "I got used to the movement quickly, but hunting there feels like it takes forever because of Singiel's ability. It could at least be swapped to tank or something." And there are just a ton of comments literally talking all about how Singiel's ability just makes hunting in the trench absolutely miserable. So how can Loomian Legacy actually fix this? Well, they could quite literally make it so that if you go into your settings right here, just have something that you can turn off overworld abilities. I think that this would be something just kind of easy to implement, right? Like you're literally just turning off, you know, the little text and the little UI and all that stuff, and that way it allows for much quicker gameplay.
Now, this is the one positive I will say about this video. There is a problem that Loomian Legacy has, and Lucky HD does give a potential solution to the problem that could actually make the hunting experience in the trench a lot more tolerable, which is huge. This is something that we're not going to have in any other video, so keep that in mind. This is actually really good, and it's even better because a couple days later, he made a response video talking about the change with Single. So the devs actually listened to the community, and they made a change so Single doesn't take forever to hunt in the trench. This isn't fixed for like abilities like Adorable, but for the trench specifically, it makes the trench a lot easier to hunt. So this is actually a huge job. I will admit, this video is a lot better than I remembered the first time watching, but it is very important because there are a couple things. Like, that's kind of it with the video. I am happy that he did give a solution to a problem. That's good. I hope when he makes more of these videos in the future, I hope he continues to do that. That's a big deal. But honestly, this video actually wasn't too bad on rewatch. So honestly, let's head to the next video. And this video is made by the legend himself, Armenti. These Loomians are getting removed. This was made 2 months ago in January. So this is quite recent. A lot more recent than the other one with the Single. So the biggest problem I had, mainly with Armenti's videos, was probably the thumbnails and the text on the titles. The titles and the thumbnails. Mainly because there's always something negative in the titles, and the thumbnails would always have like this Loomian Legacy in like red blurred text or something, which, you know how the Loomian Legacy community is with those kind of videos, you know. Those are the videos that tend to make the most views, so they're gonna make, so Armenti, Lucky does this as well, and other YouTubers, which I'll talk about later, does this in order to attract more audience and get more views. And for a YouTuber like Armenti, who kind of does this as a job or side project, they kind of need the extra money, so they need the extra views. And that is something I do want to say, that these news videos tend to get a lot more views compared to, you know, a lot better videos that have higher effort in them. And this isn't necessarily to the fault of Lucky and Armenti and other YouTubers I'll talk about later, but I feel like it's just better to make a change in the community and try to recommend the very good videos, the videos that do require a lot of work, because that is a change that we can definitely make. But my yapping aside, let's actually start this video and see what's wrong with it.
So guys, some Loomians are going to get deleted in Loomian Legacy very soon, and for today's video I want to talk about this and more, so you guys know exactly what to expect next year in the game. As you
Oh, Loomians are getting removed?
guys know, currently Loomian Legacy, the Jolly Festival event, currently exists. In the Jolly Festival event, most notably, you obtain this Loomian, which is called Mamask. Mamask is a Loomian that I guess steals other people's masks and puts it in the back of its head. That is actually a little bit creepy. I'm just not gonna question any of that, but still, that is basically the whole idea of this Loomian. And now I want to take a second to read the Loomipedia entry for you guys. On the Mamask Loomipedia entry, it says, having lost its own identity, Mamask steals materials to create masks that it collects. It is able to adapt to different types by utilizing the mask that it has created. So
Geez, that's evil.
pretty much Mamask steals masks of other Loomians and it just turns into that Loomian or something like that. I don't know, it is weird. But if you take a close look at Mamask, there is something extremely interesting. There's a total of 4 different masks on Mamask. You have a Kabunga, Nikazune, a Duskit, and a Twilight. However, upon closer inspection to these masks, something is not right. Okay, if we look at this Kabunga mask, this is Alpha Kabunga. That is exactly how we know Alpha Kabunga. If we look at Duskit, that is exactly what we know of Duskit. It is Duskit's mask. But if we look at Twilight, this is most definitely not a Twilight. Twilight looks like this, not like this. So what exactly does this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, I think Loomian Legacy is doing either one of 2 things here. One, they are promoting a potential Twilight UGC, one that has not been released in the game. I'm saying that because this Kabunga mask over here looks very similar to the Kabunga UGC that Loomian Legacy currently has for sale. Or number 2, which is the most probable thing, Loomian Legacy is teasing at a Twilight redesign that could be coming to the game sometime this year.
Like, I do understand the value of this video, like theorizing a potential Twilight reskin or a potential mask in the future, but that doesn't guarantee the fact that the Loomians are actually getting removed. And that's probably the biggest flaw I have with Armenti's videos for the most part. Because the title of the video, I'll show y'all real quick. The title of the video does say that these Loomians are getting removed. ... And I actually don't have the thumbnail on me right now, so I can't really judge the thumbnail. But yeah, the title says these Loomians are getting removed. And it's mainly just a 3-minute video of Armenti talking about the potential chance of a Loomian getting removed. It has nothing to really do with the Loomian Legacy news itself, which, you know, it's not the end of the world, because, you know, Loomian Legacy doesn't really update their news that much. It's very hard to make content. I understand the content grind. It's hard. I make a video every day. But, I don't know, this really does feel like a stretch. I would recommend, like, changing the title to, like, Potential Mask Theory or something, or these Loomians are potentially getting removed. I feel like that will make the video a lot better overall.
And it turns out that Twilight is not the only Loomian that could be getting a redesign. Over here you have an Ikazune, and you may think this is how Ikazune looks. However, let's take a closer look at Ikazune's mask.
Alpha.
This is how an Alpha Ikazune looks, and this is how the Alpha Ikazune looks in the mask. There's a lot of notable differences, but I think one thing is for sure, Ikazune is gonna be getting redesigned, or most probably something like this. Loomian Legacy has been adding a lot of redesigns into the game, however, most of them are very controversial. Loomian Legacy added Babor and a Borak redesign that the community liked, but
I like the Borak redesign.
a larger part of the community complained about it. Loomian Legacy also redesigned the Twiddle line. However, the Loomian Legacy community complained a lot about that.
I like the Twiddle. I don't like Avatros's design that much, though.
And the Floran line that was designed as well. I think here the Loomian Legacy community was sort of 50-50 on it. A lot of people liked it and a lot of people didn't. Now, to an extent, we have semi-confirmed a new Ikazune and a new Twilight redesign.
Semi-confirmed. Not 100% confirmed. Semi-confirmed. Like, there's not really much value in this video for the viewer. Like, it is cool to have this, you know, tinfoil hat on and predicting a potential reskin in the future. But again, the viewer is misled by the title. These Loomians are getting removed. Just because my mask has potential redesigns on the back of its back doesn't automatically mean a potential redesign in the game and a Loomian getting removed. So that's honestly the biggest flaw. That's another problem with these videos. The titles often don't match what's actually in the video itself, and that can really mislead the audience to get more views. So that is kind of another problem I have with it. I didn't talk about it. I talked about it in the Armenti video and the Lucky HD video. The titles and the thumbnails are basically there to drag as many views as they can, and that's kind of it. Like, there's nothing dark, there's nothing horrible about this. They're just doing what will grow their channel and what grows the algorithm. So, again, and the only way to change this is to recommend more of the higher effort videos. So the content creators will be willing to do the higher effort stuff. So that's the problem with that video. Now we're going to head to another Lucky HB video, and Loomian Legacy Y is the name of this video, and there are a lot of problems in this video. We're not watching the whole 10-minute video. Well, I'll watch it, but I'll react to it as it goes. And I'm going to show you some of the clips. This video's really bad, I remembered. So let's just get started with the elephant in the room here.
In today's video, we're going to be analyzing what on earth was just said about Loomian Legacy by the developers, and talking about what, like, I don't even know. Let's just get into it, man. So I feel like I'm obligated to at least start the video out with my positive feedback about the Loomian Legacy event, so that people don't go, you know, per usual and say that, you know, Lucky HD is just, he's so negative, all he does is complain. Because there are a lot of things that I just love about the part 2 of this event. Obviously, the Ice Eagle Soulburst puzzle was super duper fun. All of the Gargolem reskins are amazing. Some of my favorite Christmas reskins, honestly, in a long time. Again, absolutely love the designs for those, and just overall, again, it was a really nice, you know, just part 2. Okay, the Christmas Varies as well, but that's, you know, what we're gonna be saving for later in this video. Either way, overall, this update, you know, was a pretty nice addition. You know, gave a lot of reason to continue hunting. However,
there it is. So he talks about all the positive stuff about the event at the very start of the video, and we're only a minute and 38 in to this 10-minute video, And I'm gonna say this, Lucky HE, like, no offense, but I will say this. Just because you say that an event is good for the first minute and 30 in the video, doesn't mean that it's gonna counteract the 8 minutes of you talking about a Gamma Vari reskin being added to the game, or wanting a Gamma Vari reskin being added to the game and saying that the devs don't want to add it. So, it doesn't really recall that. So, that's something I will say. It doesn't matter if you say something positive at the beginning of the video. If you end it with something negative for the last 8 minutes, probably something that is really unnecessary, like, why would you make a video about Loomian Legacy not adding a Gamma Vari Christmas reskin? Like, it's weird. I'm not denying that it's weird that they don't have a Gamma reskin, and some of the reasonings might be questionable, but I don't know. There's no reason to make a full-on 10-minute video about it, and he milks this too.
And, of course, on the back and stuff like that, you know, the texture slightly changes and all that stuff. However, you know, what does the Gamma look like? Up on screen is a picture of the Gamma Christmas Vari, and honestly, you know, it would be nice if there actually was one. You know, if you're wondering why the screen is black, because there is not a Gamma Christmas Vari. Loomian Legacy intentionally decided to not do a Gamma this year. You might be like, Lucky HD, why would they not do a Gamma? Well, I've actually been in talks with some of the developers and all that stuff, and in today's video, I have, you know, the official reasoning, okay, for this little silliness that has occurred inside of Part 2, alright? So, you know, grab some popcorn, grab a blanket even, you know, sit by the fire, let me tell you this story, okay? So, again, I talked to a bunch of developers, and these are the 3 main reasons as to why they didn't do Gamma reskins this year. Too hard to complete collection. Alpha set is easier to complete.
Now, this is probably going to be the most controversial part of this video. So, Lucky HD said in this video that he talked with a lot of the Loomian Legacy developers, and they said this is one of the reasons why they couldn't add a Gamma Vari Christmas reskin, is because it's too hard to complete the collection and the alpha set is easier. And while Lucky HD does give a good response to this, that, you know, 1 in 6,400 chance is hard to get when you need 13 different Varis reskins, there's also the problem, like, there's no undeniable proof that a Loomian Legacy dev did say that. Like, he could have there's just as much of a chance of him just saying this in his video to make the Loomian Legacy community turn on the game. Now, there has been a trend of Lucky HD's videos and tweets where he craps on Loomian Legacy to make Tales of Ternario look better. He did this just a couple days ago with the new Kyogo designs, so I will talk about that in the next video, actually. But that is kind of a common flaw in Lucky HD's videos. Like, there's no evidence behind what he says in the video, and I know it is pretty hard to get evidence sometimes, but I don't know. Why are you making this video to begin with? Like, why are you making a 10-minute video talking about no Gamma Christmas Vari reskin? It's not the end of the world when you consider the fact that there are other Gamma reskins you can find in that event. So, yeah, we're not going to show the rest of this part because, you know, it's just 2 minutes, 3 minutes of just Lucky HD talking about why this is a terrible claim by the developer because of the 1 in 6,400 chance of finding an Alpha Vari, and he stretches this out for 3 minutes. So let's just honestly get to the second reason why the Loomian Legacy, apparently the Loomian Legacy developers said for not adding a Christmas Vari Gamma reskin.
A little thing, and this is one of the things that they said, quote, "We have quite a few reskins that don't have Gammas, like the Scorbs, Skeletons, and Ore/Gem reskins. The problem with this, though, is that you're comparing apples to oranges, essentially, because the Skeleton reskins and the Gem reskins all have the color and black, okay? It's just the color and then the color black. And that's really easy to do an alpha for, but obviously pretty hard to do a Gamma for. There's not much you can do with those Loomians to make a Gamma. And even then, Lando has gone on record and said, you know, in the first ever anniversary event, the reason they didn't do Gamma reskins for those is because it would be too hard. I mean, Gamma Sapphire would be like a 1 in 2 billion or something like that. Like, it would be an absurd amount of odds, right?
Now, that is fair. This is a fair point that he does say in the video, saying that that's the original reason why the developers didn't add a Gamma Sapphire Geklo for like the Geklo event, but again, it's the Loomian Legacy developers' decision whether they want to add a Gamma reskin or not. And it shouldn't matter if they don't add a Gamma reskin when they add other Gamma reskins you can hunt for. You can find the Gamma reskin Gargolem forms. You can find the Gamma Crispus Nevermare, despite being very rare. You can find the Gamma reskins that are pretty easy to find. You can find, heck, the new Gamma Loomians, Gamma Impkin, Gamma Christmas Impkin in the maze. There are so many other Loomians to actually hunt into this event, so them not having a Gamma Christmas Vari is not the end of the world, and that's honestly the biggest problem with this video. There's no reason for Lucky HD to make this video, because, again, it's just him complaining about the fact that a Gamma Christmas Vari is not in the game, and the devs didn't add it.
Now, whether we will get Gamma Christmas Varis, who knows, alright? I talked with them more about it, and they said that they would talk with T-Bradham and, see what he can do. So, for the time being, again, we really don't know what's gonna happen, okay? Hey, maybe we'll even get a Gleam Boost Day, okay, as compensation for this. But I asked you guys out on Twitter, your thoughts about this, and it seems that a lot of people are pretty understandably upset, and confused, because, again, it really does not make sense as to why they wouldn't do a Gamma reskin. This is not, some little delusional Lucky HD take where only I think this, and, I'm putting out all this because, I hate Loomian Legacy. No, it's not true. I just want to see, this entire event be better, because it can be better.
And the event was better, and the event was good. Now, I can understand people actually getting upset about the fact of no Gamma Vari Xmas reskin. I can understand the frustration. In fact, Lucky HD even shows people commenting about it. But there weren't that many people that actually cared about the fact that there were no Gamma Xmas Varis in the game to begin with. Like, a lot of people are just like, moved on, played the event, and just enjoyed it for what it was. So, honestly, there's just not much purpose in making a 10-minute video talking about why a Gamma Christmas Vari was not added in the game. So, there was kind of no point for this to be a 10-minute video. You could just talk about the positive stuff about the event for 1 minute, and then talk about how you can improve the event by adding a Gamma version of this Vari. Like, you could do that in just a minute, and the video would be shorter, it would be a lot better, and it also wouldn't be as negative as, as your other videos. So, personally, this is probably the worst of the videos we'll talk about today. But there is actually a video that came out just 2 days ago, and this video is made by Cleon. Cleon made a video called This Loomian Caused Some Drama, and with Lucky HD making Tales of Tenorio videos now, and Armenti not making that many videos as he used to, Cleon has pretty much replaced the role of that Loomian Legacy news content, and his videos are pretty similar to, I would say he's more of like a middle ground to like Armenti and Lucky HD. Like, Armenti's usually positive in his videos, while Lucky HD is more critique. I feel like Cleon is more in the middle. He doesn't really, his videos are always neutral, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he talks about in this video, and I definitely know what this drama is, and honestly, this might be the video that might be critiqued the most, so saying that ahead of time.
Yo, so I've seen the fact that Tales of Tenorio and Loomian Legacy had no Easter events, but to be extremely honest with you, I'm not even that interested in any of them.
I don't know, one of them, the event broke, and the second one actually has a playable fun event. Which event is better? Okay, I think it's easy.
Until I've seen some recent drama going on in LL, towards one of the new Loomians form.
Aha! So Lucky HD made his first post about Loomian Legacy in a while. I'm not trying to start drama, just actually curious about what you guys think. But I saw this image of Gold Kyogo reskin in LL, and I trippin' to think the texture is AI. How is that AI again? When the whole top of the golden egg is actually just, normal? this could just be a glitch, or it could just be a broken design made by the devs that they couldn't fix in time, honestly. I don't think this should be any speculation of AI. And even if it is an AI design, why would that matter to begin with? Like, what's the point of making a video talking about a Lucky HD post? Talking about the potential chances of being an AI design. It doesn't really matter that much.
Well, Loomian Legacy has a new golden Kiego, if you're not aware. Or whatever. Also, the evolutions look quite cool.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, I believe whenever you see this, almost everyone notices the fact that this texture is a bit off.
Yeah, it's a bit off. The texture is a bit off, but since the texture is off, it doesn't immediately mean that it is made by an AI.
It feels a bit off in the sense that it doesn't even look that like it's made by them. In fact, Lucky HD speculated that it might be made by an AI, because Roblox Studio has a new feature where you can create textures with AI. I'm not even that sure. I'm not well aware as well. And I think that claim actually might not be false, because it looks a bit over detailed for Loomian Legacy's average color texture. Yeah, I don't get either why these textures look detailed like that.
But I will say this again, why does having an AI design potentially hurt Loomian Legacy design? If the designs still look okay, I don't think it matters this much. I personally like the design, I just don't like the little glare bit at the bottom. But honestly, the top of the design on both of these look really good. If they can just change the glare a little bit, these would be top tier designs, honestly. Top tier reskin designs.
I still think it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty nice. It's cool to have one, but I hope there won't be more to come.
There won't.
Because then it's gonna lose its interesting aspect. Anyways, another weird thing Loomian Legacy has done is that for some reason this year's Alpha Gleam Kiegos, most of them are covered with orange. And a weird orange color for some reason.
Why are the Alpha Kyogo designs orange? I honestly don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I don't get it why, but anyways, that's nothing that important. Other than that, I don't think I want to extend this, because it's just that a lot of people are bored with the repetitive event systems for games, especially for creature capture games. Because with
now, this is the end of the video. I am happy that Cleon didn't drag this video out for 8 minutes. I will say that is pretty good for this video. But I'm just gonna say, this is probably the biggest flaw of the entire video. What's the point of releasing this video? And I think I might know why it is. Again, this is no criticism towards Cleon. Cleon is a great content creator, just like Lucky HD and Armenti. They're both awesome, and they both tend to make pretty good videos. And I'm usually okay. Like, I really like their older videos. Even Cleon's most news videos are better than Lucky HD's and Armenti's for the most part. So that's good. But there's kind of no reason to make a video calling this Loomian caused some drama. And yeah, that's another one of those titles which, I don't know. Why is there any drama? I haven't heard of any other drama by other people other than Lucky HD. So, and I do understand that a lot of Lucky HD's audience does watch Lucky HD's video and not really do much research on much of the situation. So they tend to follow his word, and that's the reason why I get a little tougher on Lucky HD's videos. It's because, again, he has a bigger audience, he gets a lot more viewers, he gets more viewers on his videos than Loomian Legacy has active players. So when he makes a video critiquing Loomian Legacy, it's gonna get a lot of attention and it's gonna get a lot of views. A lot more views than those high-effort PvP videos, high-effort 24-hour hunting videos, and this other collab videos and like top 5s and CBO, CTE style videos, you know. So that's the kind of big reason why I wanted to talk about this style of video. Like, these videos don't hurt anyone. They're just trying to make the most views. They're just trying to, you know, pump out content while Loomian Legacy is in a dry state. Like, there's nothing necessarily bad with this at all, but there's not really much value for the Loomian Legacy viewer neither, because, you know, 85 to 90% of the Loomian Legacy players already knows about these videos already and already knows about what's going on in the community. The only people that would probably like these videos and get something of value are people that haven't played LL in a while or Tales of Ternario in a while. But that's kind of it. And also these kind of videos don't tend to do well long term. I mean, I just talked about the Armenti video. That one only has 9,000 views and that video popped off at first. So yeah, they're not really good videos to really grow your channel long term. You got to continue to pump out these videos in order to make a lot of views. So they're great for short-term success, not really much long-term though. While with PvP videos, you can watch them anytime you want. Top 5s, everyone's going to watch, even if they're 2 years outdated. And collabs, who wouldn't want to see their 2 favorite YouTubers collab? So there's just a lot more rewatchable content from those kind of videos compared to these new style videos. And honestly, the new style videos aren't bad. I mean, I even made a couple of them myself, so I don't know what I'm saying, but I feel like they're fine. But personally, there isn't really much value. At best, they're just fine. They're good. They're videos. They're there for views. They're there to communicate with the community. And at worst, could give a little bit of misinformation that could also have titles that don't match with the video, which, for that being the worst case scenario, at the end of the day, it's just annoying and not necessarily bad. So, what are your thoughts about the Loomian Legacy new style videos in the comments below? I will leave a link to Cleon's, Armenti's, and Lucky HD's channels. They do some good work on their videos. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do y'all agree with me? Do y'all disagree with me? Do y'all think I'm a hypocrite? Do y'all think I'm not? So, and yeah, tell me in the comments below. That's the end of the video, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!